In this video, we visit Lebfest in Mississauga, Ontario, a Lebanese festival that allows you to get an inside look and immerse yourself in the experience of the Lebanese culture for a weekend. Not only did we get to try some different dishes such as Lebanese style shawarma, desserts, and more, but we also got the chance to speak to some of the vendors and people to learn how they started their businesses and learn some of the deeper roots about the Lebanese culture. Also, at some point, we even found some time to join the crowd in celebration and get to experience the live music performances that they had there as well. So, let's take a look at how the day went. Today we're here at Lebfest in Mississauga, Ontario. I'm with Shirley again today.
Hi my friend, how are you?
Doing pretty good. You excited for the festival?
Ready to start.
Let's go try out some good food and see what we can find. Let's go. So, much to our surprise here, I feel like a lot of this is largely just like go around, explore, enjoy the culture, vibe out with all the people here that are sitting. That's kind of what it seems like. But there is a spot here to get some food. For now, I guess we'll just explore and see what happens. Now, an important thing to note is that there was a very minimal selection of food to try here. And the main reason for that is because Lebfest isn't really just a food festival. It's more of a festival focused on the Lebanese culture as a whole. And not just that, but it's also a charity festival, meaning that majority of the people working here today were either volunteers or sponsors of the event. The main food hall was this big barn, and this is where you could find 99% of the food available in this festival. It's also important to mention that the main food sponsor of this event is Adonis Mediterranean Market. They were there to supply the food for the event, as well as some individual vendors that took part in selling their products as well. Everything from this area, to my understanding, will be forwarding all their proceeds to charity. Lebfest is actually hosted by the St. Charbel Maronite Catholic Church, and it functions as a fundraiser for the church. What we later learned is that in order to actually purchase food here from the main sponsor building, we needed to purchase these tickets, which were the equivalent of money. Almost something like casino chips. You buy in for the coupons that are worth a certain value, and then you spend them accordingly depending on what items you wish to purchase. This way the vendors, chefs, and volunteers are able to solely focus on pumping out orders without the need to touch any money and keep their hands clean as well. And overall, it makes the whole process a well-oiled machine. It's very clear that all the staff and volunteers of this event were all highly coordinated, focused, and locked into their duties. So when it came to waiting for food, we weren't sitting there very long. For now, however, let me show you how our day looked so far leading up to this point. We actually got the chance to speak to some of the vendors earlier on, two of which were specifically selling olive oil. They told us a bit about their story and even gave us a little pick-me-up shot to get our morning started. One of the biggest takeaways from this was learning how deeply rooted olive oil is in the Lebanese culture and their recipes for a lot of their traditional dishes. It comes from an Italian olive oil. We're all about that over here. Thank you so much.
This is olive oil, virgin olive oil, Lebanese one.
Wow.
I need to try the olive.
Strong, I like that though.
What is your name?
Rinawi.
Rinawi.
Yep.
His name is?
Saleh.
Saleh. So how long you been in the business?
We've been like 2019 here.
What's the difference between any other olive oil in the world and Lebanese olive oil?
It's a cold press. This is from Lebanon, Al-Qura. Direct from Lebanon to here, like London, Ontario, and we have a delivery all Ontario. We can do delivery online.
What is that?
هاي لبنة.
Labneh.
لبنة مكورة فيها زيت زيتون الأصلي تبعنا نفسه.
So this is called labneh, homemade Lebanese labneh. This is like traditional for them as well. Labneh, olive oil, har or red chili pepper.
All of this homemade.
Yeah.
حتى الزيتون بيجي من لبنان.
He said to me they import the olive from Lebanon, like in the water in big buckets, water and some salt. After they take it out, they put it right away in the olive oil, so it's like fresh all the time. Is the olive oil essential in your cuisine?
Of course, it's Middle Eastern, Jordan, Palestinian, Lebanese, Syrian, everybody, they like it in breakfast and dinner.
So I need to say many, many thanks and
No
all the
problem.
best for you.
You're welcome.
Well, I'll be honest, I didn't think I'd be starting my day taking a shot of olive oil.
Oh, there is another brand of olive oil. Let's try and see what is the difference. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you so much.
Some bread with olive oil. Let's try. Very yummy. Very good.
Really nice flavor.
What is the name of your brand?
Bonifacio.
Bonifacio. What makes your brand is different than any other brand?
So our brand, our oils from Lebanon. It comes from Douma. Douma is the capital of the world for olive oil. Ours is cold pressed, 100% virgin olive oil. We're both halal and kosher.
What is the use of olive oil like in your traditional culture?
Use it with cooking, salads, so on and so forth.
I know in Lebanon they have breakfast and dinner with olive oil and za'atar,
طبعاً.
Right?
Yes, of course, very essential.
and as well essential for us as the girls for our skin.
Yes.
Thank you so much and good luck for your day and thank you.
Thank you.
Bye حبيبي. Thank you.
Thank you.
One za'atar buy for $6, labneh saj $8, four Lebanese coffee $12, and 4 chicken shawarma and 1 knafeh. And I need to add one more beef shawarma.
So as Shirley's paying right now, I'll let you guys know how this works. Basically, we're just adding up the total of what we're ordering, and they have a ticket system here where they provide you the tickets. Then we would take that as the currency, go over, and then we get what we want to get with that. So kind of an interesting system, but now we get to try a bunch of good foods. Let's take a look and see how that goes. Okay, so now what we did is we ended up paying, the amount of money worth the items that we're going to order. We had to calculate it all up, and we got these basically like tickets. So the whole system is this is the currency that when we go over to the kitchen to order, this is what we'll be giving them instead of giving them money directly there. Okay, so we take this and then we're gonna give that to, I guess, these guys at the table.
Yes.
And then we order. So we still have the list of everything.
Sure. اللبنه ب8 والزعتر ب6. طيب احنا عايزين الاثنين، بتحطوا معاها ايه؟ خضار او حاجه؟
لبنه ولا زعتر؟
الاثنين بتحطوا معاهم حاجه ولا لا؟ يا حط لنا معاهم خضار. والزعتر بردك لو ممكن.
واحده زعتر واحده لبنه.
Yes, I have to. عايزين الورق ده ولا اعمل بيه انا مش عارفه.
So what we discovered here is that each line exists for its own thing. There's like a line for the shawarma. There's a line for the barbecue, for crepes, the desserts, the drinks. Everything has its own line, and we're using these tickets to pay for it there. So we're not going to one window and ordering all at once. We have to kind of go individually here, which is kind of nice because then we can kind of go when we're ready instead of having to place the order all at once. So let's see what we're doing here. I think right now Shirley's figuring out what we're doing. We'll go from there.
اللي تحت؟ اوكي. طيب عندكم اي سبايسي صوص او حاجه ممكن ناخده؟ معاكم سبايسي؟
We quite literally acquired the bag right now. So we got 4 chicken, 1 beef. It's gonna be interesting to try. We got a whole group to feed here. So
And now I ask for a little bit hot sauce so I can try.
this bag is covered in grease though. My hands gotta lick them clean now. Okay, so starting off here we have the labneh saj. So Shirley, what is labneh? Explain.
Labneh basically is a yogurt and they squeeze it and get like small pieces like balls of cheese. They have it with olive oil as a traditional for Lebanese culture, breakfast or dinner.
And so inside here you can see we have a mix of vegetables. We got some lettuce, what looks like to be some tomato, we got some cucumber, and then obviously the labneh, which is the most important part. So this I think is just entirely veggies. But it's something nice, something different, and a little refreshing on a day like today. So, Shirley, my friend, there's your half. Let's give this a try. All right, my friend.
Cheers. Very, very delicious. It reminds me like back home, Egypt, like something called kishta. Kishta. It's a very fluffy, very yogurty. Same taste for me, like back home.
It's a very rich flavor. The labneh is very thick, but it adds a nice element to it only because, let's be honest here, even if you enjoy your vegetables, sometimes it's nice to have a little bit more of a liquid consistency there. Something to help wash it down. I think what's really nice about this, it tastes like creamy. It tastes very rich, but also very citrusy and fresh because of the vegetables. Again, no meat in this, just vegetables, but very nice. The cucumber is very good too, very refreshing. You can see there, you're basically just eating the garden with some bread.
Very tasty, 10 out of 10.
Now that we've tried the labneh saj, let's move on to the next thing we have. All right, so Shirley, what do we have right here?
This is za'atar pie. It's like za'atar fitira, za'atar pie. They put the za'atar with some sesame.
So essentially, right, you have the sesame, the za'atar seasoning, you have some fresh tomato, fresh cucumbers, some green olives. You have everything there, and the wind doesn't want to cooperate. But you can see it's very simple, very basic, but it is going to be very delicious. I'll let Shirley do the honors.
So let's try it. I can taste everything here. As you see, it's very rich with olive oil, very rich with za'atar, very rich with sesame seeds, plus the vegetables, all very delicious combinations. For me, after talking to the vendor, I feel the taste of the Lebanese real olive oil.
And we learned today as well how essential olive oil is in a lot of Lebanese cuisine. So everything that you're tasting, especially here today, is going to be very rich and heavy in the olive oil flavor. And all of it is imported from Lebanon as well, which makes it just taste a little bit more like home.
Overall, very, very good experience.
But now, the next part, very interesting. We're going to try out Lebanese shawarma. All right, so now we're going to try Lebanese style chicken shawarma. We have chicken and then we have beef as well. We're both going to start with the chicken. As you can see on the inside, included the French fries. They had fresh vegetables, some lettuce, tomato, pickle, turnips, their garlic spread, and of course the chicken shawarma. It looks pretty well seasoned. Everything seems to look very nice on the inside. Now let's taste it. See how it is. Cheers. So I mean, right away, like when you get into it, right, the most overpowering flavor that they have there is the garlic, which is a good thing. You can't have shawarma without garlic, number one. The fact that this isn't toasted, I don't know if that's traditional or not, if they usually toast the bread or not, you can taste everything individually. Don't know if this is exactly what makes it Lebanese style or not, but having more of the vegetables in there to help counter the like the very strong flavor of the garlic as well as the chicken. You can taste the chicken individually. You can taste all the vegetables individually. It's definitely got more of like a homemade flavor and kind of feel to it. How do you feel with this?
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel so much garlic spread or garlic sauce, very saucy, which gave a very good taste. I can taste the fries. I can taste all the separate vegetable like pickle or turnip. Overall, nice combination. But of course, the seasoning is a little different through our traditional Egyptian way.
I think it's worth mentioning too, like this actually reminds me more of like a Greek Euro style,
Yeah.
for sure. Obviously every country's gonna do it differently when it comes to the shawarma, how they season it, how they prepare it, what toppings they use, right? But I think the main takeaway from this is that it does have, like I said, that more like home kind of local sort of taste. It's not something that feels like mass produced at something like a normal chain restaurant, right? This right here feels like you really are having a taste of home. I'm sure anyone out there that's Lebanese would like truly enjoy eating here today and trying this out. It's new for me. I've never tried Lebanese style, but I think it definitely offers a wide variety of flavors. And you know, I'll tell you what, it's a good way to fuel up for the day, because I definitely need a little bit of food in my stomach, Shirley.
Yes.
I think you do too. But very good, very
good
tasty.
Experience. Very good experience. The only concern for me, just the bread is not toasting. But
Yeah.
overall, it's a very good experience.
I feel like that makes the bread feel a little bit more chewy. It's a little bit harder to get down.
Yeah, I
but
feel.
But maybe that's the style they do. I'm not exactly sure. But
Right.
overall,
Good experience.
I'd say pretty good. So as I've gone through more of the sandwich, I can also say too, this chicken is very, very soft. It like falls apart without me even needing to chew it. The second it hits my tongue, I almost feel like it dissolved. Not overcooked at all, very tender, very juicy. Although I feel like it could have a bit more seasoning, the quality of the meat is very, very good. So this is the Lebanese beef shawarma. So you can see, you know, they have a really solid amount of meat in there. A very good selection of different vegetables. Obviously, you don't want to overpower the meat. They got some parsley in there as well. The beef is a true testament, because sometimes beef can be very chewy, or it can be super soft and tender. So I guess we're gonna find out now. Let's give it a shot. Cheers.
Cheers.
So once again, they definitely followed through with the way they cook the meat. These are very, very soft and tender. I do like that a lot. One thing I will say too, that fresh parsley in there, that's essential for beef. It always complements it very well, but it is a very powerful taste. I'm not sure if they put any tahini in here or not.
Yeah.
I think I could taste that a little bit.
Tahini,
But
and
it's not like overpowering. I think it's definitely, the garlic from the chicken was way more overpowering. Definitely a good ratio of veggies to meat. And I would say there's no taste that's like super overpowering one another. All in, I mean, like, what do you think? What do you sort of taste with this one?
I can taste the seasoning for the beef, but I think maybe they need more seasoning. Plus, I taste the rest of the tahini, parsley, all the ingredients, all the fresh veggie. It's delicious for me. It's very good. But my concern as well, just to toast or grill the bread. This is the only concern. Otherwise, everything very good.
We just got informed as well, especially when it comes with the Lebanese. They like to be able to have the meat speak for itself. It doesn't need to be over-seasoned for it to be good. I think we could both say we wish there was a bit more, but that doesn't mean that it's not good. The thing is any good meat, you should be able to try it on its own, and it should speak for itself. One of the only other things I would say is, like, I wish the bread was toasted, but obviously that's maybe not the way that they do it. So it's something new, something different, but I like it though. Overall, what do you think, Shirley?
Overall, I like it. Very good experience.
I will say, as I'm getting deeper into this sandwich here, you definitely can taste the lamb fat quite heavily. It's a nice flavor. Maybe a little bit too much for me, personally. Now, let's move on and try something else.
Now it's time for a classic street fair food. Corn. You really can't go wrong with something as simple as this, folks. We had a chance to sit down with one of the gentlemen running this booth. His name was Joe. We learned that they commonly go around to different festivals and set up their booth to serve their delicious corn, really capitalizing on something that is so truly Americanized, but also deeply rooted in the Lebanese culture. No matter where you go, I think most people can get down with some good corn, especially when you butter it up and add some seasoning. Now, with this being boiled corn and not roasted, this definitely has more of a Cajun style. This gives you more of a feeling that you're somewhere in like New Orleans rather than Mississauga, or in this case, on the streets of Lebanon enjoying some good street corn. But that being said, this is a dish that is extremely hard to mess up. Like, you literally just have to know how to boil water. One thing to also mention is that we learned that all their corn is locally sourced here in Ontario, which is always a plus. Now, unfortunately, we were having some issues this day with our mics, and for some reason, some of the footage, the mics weren't working properly, and instead it used the built-in mic in the camera. So, unfortunately, some of this footage is not gonna be audible. We still wanted to share this footage with you all rather than just scrapping it entirely, but sometimes technology just wants to be technology, so what are you gonna do? However, we stayed in talk with Joe for a little bit, but unfortunately, most of the audio was pretty much inaudible. So, apologies for that, but it was still great to be able to sit and talk, get to learn a little bit more about the Lebanese culture and a little bit more about how deeply rooted their corn is in the street food culture in Lebanon.
Very, very, very good. You can't go wrong with some good street corn, man.
For me, it's very tasty. But with the butter, it's very tasty for me. But with the butter, it's a little plain, so I need to add more seasoning. This is seasoning salt. Let's try.
And I will add too that spraying some of that lemon juice on there as well gave it a nice acidic flavor as well. Really changes the flavor profile heavily when you start to add to that. With corn, you can have it prepared many different ways. Obviously, the way we had it originally, just with butter, that's the classic. But adding the extra seasoning on there, and especially the lemon juice, really did complete the flavor profile. And lemon juice, I mean, I feel like it's a very different thing to add to corn. I've never actually tried that myself. And honestly, at the end of the day, I'm not even a huge corn guy, but this really did make it a lot more enjoyable trying it in this Lebanese street food style. So now we're gonna try some knafeh. We're gonna wait for that, then we're gonna give it a shot.
انت عايز كام واحدة؟ أنا مش عارفة. ها؟ ودول كام الواحدة؟ 2 شوكة. This piece $10. So this is kunafa. They like fry with some butter and after stuff it like layers with some cream in the middle or kashta, and after they put some syrup when it's done, and on the top some pistachio.
I mean, for $10, I mean, you've got to think that this is probably going to be a very rich flavor and hopefully worth it. So I can't try, but Shirley's going to. She'll give you her honest opinion.
It's very different than the Egyptian kunafa. First of all, this one has rose water as a very intense, strong for me. It's samolina. For us in Egypt, we call kunafa. Like this is different. For them here, they said kunafa. I discovered now it's samolina. So it's so much different, but it's very delicious.
Overall, would you say it's worth $10?
No, for me it's expensive for $10. So it has in the middle some cream custard, which basic made with cornstarch, some milk, some cream, sugar. Kashta if they want to keep it rich. So far it's a good experience, but it's for me very sweet and I like medium sweet.
I take her word on that. It sounds good, but overall, good experience, I'd say, just from looking at it. The presentation was nice, but now it's getting a little hot, so I think we should go cool off and get ourselves some nice refreshing drinks. What do you think, Shirley?
Yes, I need something cold.
$2. So one drink is $4. This is in Arabic we call it jalab. It's a date syrup and then we dilute it with water. It turns into date juice. And then this is a mulberry. Same concept. It's like blackberry as well.
Okay.
And then this is lemonade.
I'll do lemonade.
So one lemonade and one
Jalab.
jalab.
In the traditional way we also put nuts.
With what?
The jalab.
Okay, put for me some nuts so I can try. This is traditional from Lebanese.
Yeah.
So this is a Lebanese drink, right?
These two are.
These two Lebanese drinks.
Yeah.
Let me try.
Here we have two different drinks. We have their lemonade, which obviously is very Americanized, not exactly Lebanese specific. And then you have here this drink called the jalab, which once again, this is like date juice, and they have cashews that they put in there. I guess that's part of like the traditional way to drink it. So with that being said, cheers.
Try. Cheers. Guys, what I feel with that, I am drinking something with rose water again. So most of the drinks and dessert, I think they love to add rose water on it with a strong taste. It's a very flavor. It's tasty. For me, I used to have the dates or the glab like normal way. This is like different experience, but I like it. I used to have dates all the time, like I eat it normal way, or I stuff it with some nuts. This is normal for us, but this is a new way to drink it. It's very delicious, light cooling, but the difference for me, the rose water. This is the mix, the drink a little different.
So my first impressions of the lemonade, I'll say this. One of the things that the guy had mentioned there, I don't know if we got it on video, but he mentioned that the lemonade was actually kept at basically room temperature, so to speak. They didn't want to water it down, he said, because that would dilute it too much and it would take away from the taste of how pure it is. Now, I did have them add a little bit of ice just to make it colder, but drinking it fresh like that, I'll tell you, you can really taste the fact that this is homemade. It's sweet, it's not too sugary, it's just the right amount, and it really does complement it because you can tell it's made with real lemon juice.
Good experience with the Lebanese festival today.
Overall, very good, and a nice way to end off the day with a nice refreshing drink. Cheers again, my friend.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friends.
To Lebfest.
To Lebfest.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was our day here at Lebfest in Mississauga, Ontario. Shirley, thank you so much for all the fun today. We got to try a bunch of different food out, get a little taste of what Lebanon is really like. And also, we got to meet a bunch of different vendors here today, learn a little bit about their story, why they started their businesses, and just overall get to indulge in the culture that they've brought here to Mississauga, Ontario. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. You'll definitely be seeing more festivals from us very soon. We really hope to see you come back. We really hope to see you come back for more. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. And with that, we'll see you tomorrow, my friends.